Hey collectors, so today we have Saber Red from Fate Apocalypse, and I've got to admit I've never seen the anime, but I love the figure. I love how it was kind of promoted online, and I kind of got suckered into buying all of them. Not all of these, but all the series that's coming out. So let's have a look at her. So we've got this lovely window display here. We can see the different swords, her different faces, as well as the actual main character itself. Then we got the kind of helmet, and then some parts up here, which I don't know, we'll have a look in a minute. So we've got a lovely picture of her here. On the back you have all the different parts which look really cool. I can't wait to actually have a look at her. Here we have a lovely picture of her there. At the top another photo, and at the bottom the same photo. So let's open up this bad girl and have a look inside. And here she is. Here is Saber out of the box. Now there is one thing I've noticed that I think is a very bad mistake that they've done, but I'll kind of explain it at the end or when you see it. Okay, so basically this is what she looks like, and I've got to admit I really love how this figure is built. It looks stunning. The one thing is the silver paint looks like it's coming off on some parts that I've seen, but we'll go through it. I really love the way that her hair is. I love her eyes. They're very piercing and very great. I love this sort of kind of added armor here, and especially as it goes out here. Just the color scheme and the way that this figure is absolutely perfect. I really like the kind of like the breastplate here, and then kind of these parts here, and again like the gauntlets look stunning. The red and the silver work perfectly. As we come down to this sort of part here, I really like the way the gauntlets are shaped, especially like the hands is all armored, and then even you got the red and the gold here, and especially like the way that it all blends in. You've got the kind of like ruffle part. I don't know what this part here is, so if you know, let me know down below in the comments. But the blacks work really well in the legs too. This is definitely a figure that I would highly recommend getting just because of the color scheme alone. Now, when we come down to the feet, I've got to admit I really love the way that the shoes are. They're not kind of normal. They're not like platform. You know, I've got to admit, I like looking at it now. The way the shoes are like kind of platforms, but I've got to admit I just love the way that you've got the like crown here. You've got the crown on there, and it's pointed up. Definitely, if you got kicked in the face, you would feel that like kind of straight away. But even when the blacks just come straight down into it, it looks fine. I really wish it was red, because I think it would look slightly better, like a bleeding thing. Now I mentioned before that there is some stuff like just there. It looks like the paint's come off, so I'm gonna have a look at it later and see. But I did just notice it's just then as I was looking. With the back of the figure, you have the kind of pointed there as well. That looks stunning. You can move the parts out here, so let's just move this out. And you can see that the joints there are fine, normal what you'd see, and then again you've got a load of lines going down there. Now I've noticed that there's more blemishes, which is just above there, which you probably can't see. So just there, and I see some more on the back. But yeah, I really like the fact that if we can just see that there, just it's so cool. Okay, so this is where I have noticed more blemishes. I'm not happy. So first of all, let's look at the thing. Firstly, the hole where you can place the stand, again, looks really bad. I don't know why that it looks unfinished. And then here is where you're meant to have a small part, which is the kind of the back plate. So you basically put it in, but it keeps falling off and it doesn't actually stay in there. So I'm kind of really gutted about it. So you've got the blemishes here, which look, it shouldn't be done. It should have been properly finished. But apart from that, that's the only thing I can really kind of say. So when we open up here, we've got the kind of, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like meant to be material, but I love the red and I love the gold. Especially here with the kind of like I don't know, it's like a tailcoat, but I think I just generally like the fact that it looks awesome. That's all I can really say right now. The red kind of goes in, but one thing I would have liked is along here was kind of black lines. I think that would have been slightly better. The black obviously leads in there, and then we've got the kind of metal parts here and here. Again, look really nice. Coming to the back of the thing at the top, head, I really like the way that the hair is. It's very spiky and it's very well detailed. You've got the kind of horns here, which I'm guessing they are, and they kind of really add on there. I really wish he had a cape, because I think that would have just purposely like made this like the best thing that we've had. So these are kind of pointed, so just be careful with them. As normal, we do a stress test, and let's see how this figure does. So let's move the shoes. Now it does feel kind of stiff, so I wouldn't kind of put too much pressure on it, mainly because it just feels so they do kind of like move normally, but just be careful. So the leg kind of bends, and we see there's some more detail, a little bit there, but not too much. The leg kind of reminds me of an Iron Man figure. So let's move out the kind of the back part there, and again we can see the blemish there, which I'm not happy about. But the legs there, fine. It moves like kind of slowly. So let's move that there, like that. Like moving like the figure that way, it doesn't move from the center like there. So you have to be careful. Like the plate does move, so just be careful. Now the arms, before when I was having a look, like they do bend, like just there. And the hand goes around like so, like there. But the armor doesn't kind of move. So you kind of move out, and you see this like kind of black peg there. So I'm guessing like you can adjust it. Again, the arm does go around, but just be careful, because I don't want to scratch the paint on this. But yeah, the arm do go around like so. But see, that one there has just locked, and that's not good. So it's gonna take some time, I think, mainly because that has locked there. There we go. Yeah, so these are all kind of locked, so make sure this doesn't get kind of locked there, because you don't want to break your figure. So it kind of moves about a bit more, and the head kind of can move a bit, but you know, just be careful with it. As normal, you know what we do. We take the face. We see what happens. We take off and change them. So, got them it quite well in there. So you have to really get your thumb in there. So take off that one. Let's put in this one here. And then the hair back. Not bad. Really like the face. That's more like a, haha, you can't defeat me. I am also laughing. Okay, so the next one here. The cheeky grin, I really like that. That is awesome. That to me says, you cannot beat me. I'm about to win. Okay, so you can now take the head off. Just like so. And then put on the armored one. So, boom. That is awesome. This is the reason why I bought the figure. It looks absolutely stunning. So we've got here the horns going up there. The kind of like faceplate like that as well. Underneath it, you do get the black thing. I don't know why you get a black peg, but oh well. I generally also kind of think it looks a little bit like Iron Man or something from Final Fantasy. On the back, again, looks very Iron Man-esque, and just looks awesome. Can't move the horns, which is good because I wouldn't want to. But yeah, it works so well. It reminds me of like Alexander or Balmahut. I think that looks cool. Yeah, so this really adds to it even more. You also get these like kind of little parts here, and as well as a new chest plate. Now, by looking at it, I generally thought, what are they for? But they basically, you can take the horns off. So if you basically don't want them on, or you want to put her in the kind of relaxing mode with armor, whatever, you can do that. It's very easy. You just basically take them off. Now slide these open, which kind of releases them a tiny bit, that I've noticed. And then all you do is just replace them with whichever ones you want. So just like that. So yeah, kind of the last two things is you get the different types of swords. So you get a normal sword, and then you get this kind of powered up blue, like purpley mode. If you know what it is, let me know down below in the comments. And I really do like them. You could probably dual wield them. Now, it does say that you can pull this off or something. probably not. Can you do it on this one? Yes. So apparently you can pull out. You can pull this out, and it's absolutely fine. So you can actually make sure that she can hone the blade. So yeah, you can do it on that one as well. So just be careful, because I stabbed myself right there with the sword, so it is sharp. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool the way that they've given you these things, and you can like just add to it. And there we go. There is Saber of Red, and I've got to admit, I like the look of this figure. Don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic. But there are a few things that I would want to address. Now, first of all, this is one thing that I really don't like when it comes to these sorts of figures. We've got the hands, and because the hands are too tight, or the joints are, I had to take the spare one that you get with the figure, which I normally keep sealed. And on this one, because this one just came like straight out, and even on this hand as well, it feels like they're too tight to pull out. And the thing is, like, even though it's armor and I like it, these are exactly really sharp, and when you try and like push down or try and pull, you're actually pushing down and hurting yourself, and I don't like that in this figure. I think it's a very type one, and I wouldn't like it continuously. This, I'm gonna pretty much swap the hands back, and that's it, which means that I can't really pose it in the way that I want. Now, the other things that I've mentioned is it's the blemish. Now, normally I could understand if it's a small part, that's no problem, but it seems to be kind of all over the figure. So I don't know if they were properly quality control tested, or if the fact is that the paint that they're using isn't that great. So this kind of really irritates me about this figure, and I generally kind of think, oh, I would kind of like more. If you're collecting these, which I'm now going to be collecting like the entire range of sabers, which I generally wanted to for a long time, but this one would kind of put me off, even though this is my first one. So would I recommend it? Yes, if you're a fan, wholeheartedly recommend it. If this is one that you kind of think, oh, should I start with this one, or should I carry on? Maybe not. So it's kind of up to you on this one. For the amounts of stuff that we're getting, like everything is kind of sharp now, like any armored or stuff like from the ones that we've previously reviewed. This one just feels like, it looks like it could be a cool figure if you want to have like a whole setup, like a Viking setup. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but then that kind of adds to it. So yeah, I'm kind of happy and kind of not at the same time. I just kind of really wish they made this slightly better, mainly around some of the joints and stuff like that, and I think that's it. So collectors, I am going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Would you collect it? Would you not? Have you added this one to your collection already? Let me know down below in those comments. And if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check that cheeky notification bell for more updates on videos. And as always, collectors, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.